What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports Match, you guys, with another video. This video I'm here for my Los Angeles Chargers versus the Tennessee Titans. Week 7 NFL preview and prediction. I'm going to be previewing this game and give my prediction for who will win this game. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So, going into this game, we have the 2-4 Chargers on the road at Tennessee, who is also 2-4 on the season as well. Both of these teams, this is a must-win for both of these teams because, being realistic, whoever loses this game is most likely going to not end up making the playoffs. So whoever wins this game is going to end up going 3-4, and 3-4 is a big stepping stone compared to being 2-5. And when you look at these teams' respective divisions, yeah, Tennessee might be a little bit back in first place for their division, but in the LA Chargers, in their division and the AFC West, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is injured. He's going to miss 2 games, so it's no telling what can happen. And I mean, if you win this game, then you only end up being 2 games back versus the Tennessee Titans, who will have a lot of work to do if they end up losing this game. So this is a must-win for both of these teams. When we look at the LA Chargers, I mean, they pretty much have been one of the biggest disappointments and all of the NFL, other than the Atlanta Falcons, because the Atlanta Falcons had just been a complete disappointment. It's not even a word you can use to describe how terrible the Atlanta Falcons had been. But when we look at the Los Angeles Chargers, a lot of people felt that this could be the team that could end up dethroning the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. I mean, you got a very good coaching staff, Anthony Lynn. Well, we thought it was a very good coaching staff. They looked very good last year. You got Phillip Rivers, who's a very good quarterback, future Hall of Famer. You got Keenan Allen, one of the better wide receivers in the NFL. They were getting healthy. They were getting Hunter Henry back. They got Melvin Gordon back. And so far, this team hasn't really lived up to expectations. So this is a game now. If the Los Angeles Chargers are looking to make a turnaround, then this will be the time to do it. Now, the Tennessee Titans, on the other hand, now they are coming off of a disappointing loss versus the Denver Broncos that they failed to even register any points. They ended up making a quarterback change, so Marcus Mariota, looks like the Marcus Mariota era is over in Tennessee. So Ryan Tannehill is now named the starter for the Tennessee Titans, and it came as a little bit of a shock because Marcus Mariota, up to this point in the season, hasn't really played terrible. I thought he was playing pretty okay, but Tennessee, Mike Vrabel said that he feels that Ryan Tannehill is going to end up giving them the spark that they need on the offensive side of the ball. So that's the reasoning behind his decision to go ahead and rock with Ryan Tannehill over Marcus Mariota. Now, a big thing that I've seen from Tennessee Titans fans is the play calling. A lot of Titans fans feel like the play calling has been vanilla up to this point of the season. They're not having a lot of success running the football at all, and the offensive line has given up 28 sacks in the first couple of weeks of the NFL season. So, I mean, both of these teams, they desperately need to win this game, and it's better to go into if you win this game, then basically it's a momentum booster, and it puts you right back into the thing of your division race for both of these teams. I know both of these teams, whoever wins this game is going to end up being a couple of games back, but I mean, it's better to be 2 games back than to be 3, 4, 5 games back at any point in the season. So this is basically a must-win for both of these teams. Both of these teams have to win this, and whoever wins this game, I think this could, whoever wins this game, they could end up sparking a turnaround, nearing the midway point of the NFL season. And as we near the playoff chase, as we already see the last couple of seasons, it's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. So, I mean, it's all about getting hot at the right time, and whoever wins this game could end up starting a winning streak or something like that. So it's all about getting hot at the right time. And when we near the midway of October, near November, this is the time where if you have a record like the LA Chargers or the Tennessee Titans, this is the perfect opportunity to get hot and go on a win streak. So whoever wins this game is going to have a lot of momentum, and they're going to be right back into the thick of things in terms of the divisional races. Now, looking at my keys to victory, what easy teams to be able to do and able to have a chance to win this game. The LA Chargers, they need to get Melvin Gordon more involved. He came out and said that it's hard to get in rhythm with only getting the amount of carries and touches that he got last week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I mean, it was really disappointing because I thought Melvin Gordon was going to have a little bit bigger of an impact in that Pittsburgh Steelers game. But obviously, the Los Angeles Chargers got down early and they were forced to throw the ball to get back into the game. So, I mean, if you're the LA Chargers, I mean, you're going to have to be able to have success running the football. And I mean, that's going to be pretty hard to do because the offensive line hasn't really played all that great, but they haven't played bad neither. But I mean, the offensive line has pretty much played average to this point. So Melvin Gordon, they're gonna have to find ways to get Melvin Gordon the touches, versus if it's on screen passes, lining him out wide, throwing him the ball, on some swing routes or something like that. But the Chargers are going to have to find ways to get Melvin Gordon involved, because like you said, it's hard to get in rhythm coming back from sitting out the last couple of weeks. Hard to get in rhythm when you're not getting all that amount of touches. So the LA Chargers, if they want to be able to win this game, they're going to have to be able to have success running the football, because pass protection wise, they haven't really been that good. Pittsburgh had a field day versus that offensive line last week, which was really, really surprising considering the fact that the LA Chargers had one of the better offensive lines in football last season. So the drop off from last year to this season is a little bit surprising, especially considering the fact that they got a lot of players back healthy. So they really need to get Melvin Gordon involved. The next thing the LA Chargers need to be able to do is they need to be able to start out fast. This is a Tennessee Titans team that's not built to come from behind. This is a Tennessee Titans team that likes to keep the game close. So if you're the LA Chargers, a good way to throw off Tennessee's game plan is by getting out to a big lead early, like a 21-0 lead, or out early in the first, second quarter, something like that, and force Tennessee to pass the ball to get back into the game. And I think if the Chargers are able to get out to a big lead fast, then I think the game is most likely going to end up being over, because this is a Tennessee Titans offense that isn't really built to come from behind. You think it would be, but it's not really a team that's really good from coming from behind. So if you're the LA Chargers, then they really need to get out to a big lead. Next up, they need to be able to get pressure on Ryan Tannehill. The Tennessee Titans offensive line for some reason has not been good this year, so they need to be able to get pressure on Ryan Tannehill. This is a Tennessee Titans offensive line that has allowed 28 sacks the last couple of weeks since the start of the NFL season, so they desperately need to be able to get pressure on Ryan Tannehill. You got Joey Bosa, you got Ingram, who should be able to play in this game. He should be back healthy, so those guys are going to have to be able to get pressure up front if they want to be able to win this game. Next up for the Tennessee Titans, they need to be able to force turnovers. So anytime that you have an offense that's struggling to move the ball up the field and score points, the way to help out that offense is by getting turnovers on the defensive side of the ball and giving the ball back to your offense and giving your offense good field position to work with. So for the Tennessee Titans, they have to be able to force turnovers. This is a LA Chargers defense that hasn't necessarily been bad, but they haven't really been great neither. So if you're the Tennessee Titans, you need to be able to force turnovers and give the ball back to your offense and put them into good position to score and good field position. Anytime you have an offense that's struggling, a good way to help out that offense is by creating turnovers. They always say the best offense is a good defense or something like that. So if you're the Tennessee Titans, you have to be able to force turnovers and get the ball back in good position to your offense. Next to the Tennessee Titans, they have to be able to score in the red zone. So Tennessee is one of the bottom half teams when it comes to scoring in the red zone. The last 3 games have only scored touchdowns on 23% of their last couple of red zone trips the last 3 games, which is one of the worst in the NFL, only scoring touchdowns on 23% of the red zone appearances. So they want to be able to win this game. They're desperately going to have to be able to score points in the red zone. You're not going to win a lot of games in the NFL kicking field goals. When you get inside that 20-yard line, that's what separates the best teams from the bad teams, their ability to score in the red zone. If you're not able to be creative and find ways to score in the red zone and you're just coming away kicking field goals, you're not going to be able to win a lot of games that way. So Tennessee has to be able to score in the red zone. Like I said, the last 3 games, they have only scored touchdowns, 23% of their attempts that they've been inside the red zone the last 3 games. So they desperately need to find ways to score in the red zone. It really shouldn't be that hard. I mean, you got a lot of weapons. You got Corey Davis. You got Ryan Tannehill, who's a little bit mobile. You got Derrick Henry, who is an extremely big power back. And you got Delaney Walker there at the tight end position. So, I mean, it really shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't really be a reason why Tennessee should be struggling to score in the red zone. They have a lot of weapons and a lot of options to go to inside the red zone. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm going to go with the Chargers to win this game. The Chargers, just in my opinion, are a better team than Tennessee right now. And anytime that a team makes a quarterback change at this point in the season, it just shows a little bit of desperation. And I think right now Tennessee is in desperation mode. Even Mike Vrabel said it, that they went to Ryan Tannehill because they want to spark on offense. And I mean, with the way this offensive line has played, I mean, I don't think that's going to make really that much of a difference. And I just don't think Tennessee right now is where they should be at this point in the season. And I think the Chargers end up winning this one on the road. I think they end up getting back on the right track because they have the talent. They just aren't really winning a lot of games, but they had the talent. The talent is there. So I'm just going to go to the Chargers because I think they're the more talented team than Tennessee at this point in the season right now. And I like the LA Chargers coaching staff over the Tennessee Titans coaching staff right now. So I think the Chargers win this game. 28-14 is my final score prediction. So let me know who you guys think ends up winning this game down in the comment section down below. Also make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content. And thanks for watching.